Good morning. I have been presented with some very interesting information, and I'm currently trying to make a decision on what I want to do with it, but also thinking about my healing journey and also the insane things that have happened and how I want to present that information to you. And I think I want to make the decision from a place of healing and stillness. But something came out in the reading that I feel that I have to tell you guys, just in case it was meant to reach someone. And it was about a cancer scare. And it was some kind of organ cancer. And it said something about 4. So that could be a date, that could be telling you to ground, it could be anything. I'll put the footage here because it came up in the video where I've already posted the first part of it, uncovering who the people were who were involved in some kind of, group chat or plan or hiring of an Etsy witch, that type of vibe. So like people who are not very happy, with themselves or with you or with me or whatever. So cancer scare. And it's asking you to do a check. And my candle was burning big and bright just then and it was flickering. So cancer scare, they want you to do a check and it is not skin, it is organ cancer. And it says next month, and I think the 4th, so December? Are we in December? So either December 4th or January 4th, cancer scare, organ. It might be like an anniversary of a cancer scare, or maybe this person is going to have a cancer scare or something like that. But everyone, go and get yourself checked then. If your body is not feeling right, just go and get checked. Just go and get checked. And so while I give that decision some more time, because honestly, the cards that came out, it presented like this temptation for me, because the things that these people have done to me have honestly like destroyed a lot for me. It was very unfair. And it's like, I'm vindicated. And the way that video went, it would be literally impossible. Impossible. The cards that came out, it would be completely impossible if you watched that video, for you to not know who those people were. So I'm trying to make a decision about whether or not I'm going to post it, whether or not I'm going to cut certain parts out of it. And low key, I feel like someone might be making a decision right now about whether or not they're going to do the right thing. And I don't think it's just me. I think it's someone involved. And I'm getting the vibe that I need to hold off and just see if this person does the right thing. So I just want to see what is around any particular person. Please don't do it about me. All of these readings that I'm posting, they seem to have a lot to do with me. And I'm thinking, maybe the people that maybe the people that are getting readings or like coming to my page for readings, and I know that it's not a lot. I know that my content has done like a complete 180 and you guys don't follow me for this. But I feel like anyone who is listening to me giving readings is relevant. And I've had messages where people are like, oh, I think that was me. So I wouldn't feel right not including that part in there in case that was for you. But what is around you? What are the things coming up for you, and what do you need to be aware of? Also, just keep in mind that sometimes with these readings, especially if they're things that are going to happen in your future, pay attention to the things that are around you, like the small signs. They don't have to be these big, massive things. I mean, usually they are, but okay. What they said is not what is actually happening. They are trying to trigger you. So someone, again, be real. Okay, why are we still getting this? Why are we still getting this? We're still getting someone spying on someone's social network. Someone's got a way of getting information. That could also be like, you've got a way of getting information because I'm reading you, or I've got a way of getting information. Okay, so someone is stressed out. Someone feels like there is tension, there's arguments, it's turbulent, and it has got them completely messed up. Damn, those first four cards are really... Someone is like, wait a minute. That's not what's actually happening. Or maybe you're like, that's not what is actually happening. I think they're trying to trigger me. All right. They're asking you to have strength, or it might have something to do with the letter S. And stop seeking validation outside of yourself. The fact that the general one came out means that you probably seek validation outside of yourself in multiple aspects of your life. So, okay, the next one after this is, okay, number 8, or like the infinity sign, evil eye by strangers. So you might be someone that is online. I was literally thinking the other day, another person came out, and I said their name, and I was like, oh, because I know someone that's connected to them. And it had something to do with the evil eye. And I was like, if I'm getting the evil eye, and I'm not even, my dog just is like, if I'm getting the evil eye, and I'm not even as big as what I used to be, and like, if I'm still getting evil eye from people online, I cannot imagine what this particular person like is getting the evil eye from. And I would love to do like reading. I don't know. Anyway, that's a future plan that I don't know if I want to go down the route of. But anyway, okay, there are actions that you need to master, but you are getting there. You're getting there. And this might be around your strength, your spirituality, and how you deal with seeking validation outside of yourself, how you deal with, the evil eye or envy from strangers, because you have mother trauma. And for me, when it says a combo of mother trauma, it's because I have had multiple mother figures in my life. I've had foster mothers. I've got my biological mother that I'm only really starting to open up to now. But I have had a lot of trauma from foster parents, and I've had multiple foster parents that have given me a different type of trauma that makes me seek validation and not trust myself. Not even trust. Exactly. So literally running. That's me. I run, I avoid. But then also like I am a fearful avoidant. I used to think that I was anxious because I've been very lucky to have exes, and I'm friends with every single one of my exes except for my most recent like situationship vibe, who I think they think that I'm on good terms with them. Like I actually don't really know. I'm confused about it, but I am on good terms with every single ex. The issue that I've had in love is that because I've had such secure exes, I have been described as quite cold in my relationships, and can really easily turn my, I don't know, just like try and block off the thoughts and feelings about something so that I can really easily move on. And I've recently learned that you actually don't move on like that. You actually will have to deal with that at some point. It's only now that I'm meeting people who are not secure, they're very insecure people, and they trigger that anxious, fearful side of me that I've only experienced a couple of times in my life. And the fact that I am friends with and on good terms with all of my exes because I have dated secure people, that was like a huge thing of contention that was projected onto me. I see a lot of people saying, you should never be friends with an ex. But for me, I don't have any feelings there. And so for me, it's really hard for me to understand that. But it comes from a place of insecurity, I think, in people. And it's an insecurity that a lot of people have. And I can understand it. But I think it's also a projection and an invitation for us to work on those things type thing, you know? A song from your childhood. A song from your childhood. I'm always running late. I'm not running late right now, so that's a good thing. So, oh, in my next video, I'll talk about the dream. Okay, so we've got some time cards. Something happened in June, or something is happening in June, but also something is happening in January, and it's got a sailboat on there, and like that usually means like transition, or like we're moving somewhere, or there's going to be movement. You just need to allow things to come. And the lady on here is balancing, and I take that to mean like we need to have balance here. Let things come, but you know, duality, balance, this, that, the other. Around secrets, someone's concealing something. It's a mystery to you, or maybe you've been concealing something and maybe you're keeping your cards close to your chest about secrets. But allow those things to come. Allow people the chance and give them time. Obviously it says next month or it says June, but give people time to reveal those secrets. If someone's keeping a secret from you, then it means that it's probably not something good. It could be a surprise, but usually people don't keep secrets that are fun and happy. So it's a very difficult decision, and it probably means that they haven't been they maybe haven't acted in a way that aligns with what they think their values are. People are really, really worried and scared to ever admit that they've been a bad person. But just because you act in a way that doesn't align with the values that you wish to have, or that you thought you had, or that you usually have, doesn't automatically make you a bad person. It means that you've done a bad thing. As long as you are able to accept that about yourself, that you have the capacity to do bad things, then you kind of free yourself in a way, but also you allow yourself to learn the lesson. And that guilt that you feel inside, that guilt, you can't just ignore it. That guilt is telling you something. It's literally your guidance. That guilt is your intuition that you need to take action and that you need to do the right thing type job. So somebody needs to have faith. Somebody needs to also manage their expectations, but have faith, allow things to come. Okay. You need to spend some more time and effort on a relationship. I've got one, the opposite side of that is on friendship. So this is actually talking about a relationship, not a friendship. So spend more time and effort on a relationship, or maybe you've been hoping or expecting someone to spend some more time and effort on a relationship because you want to feel whole. You want that unity because you've been feeling lonely and solitary. You've felt like someone's withdrawn from you, or you're withdrawn. Stop obsessing first. So, and that's hard. If you're somebody that seeks validation outside of yourself, then it means that you're insecure. And I say that not to say that, oh, you think that you're not pretty. If you're anything like me, you didn't realize up until 31 years old that when someone says you're insecure, it doesn't mean that you don't think that you're pretty. That's what I thought that it meant. I looked at because I'm like, no, people have told me I'm pretty my entire life. I'm not insecure. I'm very aware of the fact that I am conventionally good looking, and I'm very smart, and I can be funny, and I'm very maternal, and I'm very motivated by like truth and justice and doing the right thing. And so I'm like, no, I'm not insecure. But that's not actually what that means. Insecure means that you don't believe or trust that all of those good quality traits about you mean that you are worthy of those relationships or those opportunities and things like that. That's what we mean by insecure. So if you are somebody who seeks validation outside of yourself, then you are somebody who is likely insecure. And so that's probably why they're saying stop obsessing first. Something about jewelry. I'm not currently wearing my rings. I will put them on. Something is happening today. I hope I can get this out for you. I'm not gonna be able to get this out for you guys. I'm sorry. It's morning time, and I just simply, you're gonna see this tonight probably. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, too small. Too small. Oh, something about lips. Something about lips. Jewelry and lips. Maybe someone's gonna make a comment about my lips, and I'm gonna deck them. Or maybe somebody's making comments about my appearance or my jewelry or my lips or whatever. Or maybe these things for you are things that people notice about you first, or that they make lots of comments about. Something about something about when you least expect it. We're referring to the imagery, not the words on, or the typical meaning of this card. They're referring to the images on the card, not what the words are. Okay, sorry. We need to reverse before I move on. What are the cards that we've been looking at? You can go back and have a look at anything that I brought out before this. But these 4 cards, let's ignore what the words are on these cards. And let's talk about the imagery. Okay, so this first one, I see someone who is like sitting on a rock. Oh, that relates to a dream that I had. Okay, I'm seeing a guy and he is sitting on a rock, and he is like, the rock is surrounded by water and it's dark, and he's looking out off into the distance. This relates directly to visions that I've had about Hecate and my fears, and about facing those fears. So, deep introspection. The next image is a lady covering her face, kind of. To me, like, the image, like what pops up in my head is someone has bad breath. That's just the first thing that I get from that imagery. But she's also wearing a ring, and she's got a flower tattoo. So maybe something to do with flower tattoo. She's got ginger hair. And then the imagery on this is like a cigar and alcohol. So something to do with like maybe like an invitation to go out, an invitation for celebration, alcohol. But then this last card has imagery of someone walking home alone, I guess, in the dark, and they look shady or scary, but also they look vulnerable, like someone could come and snatch them. I'm having a feeling, like, I know this doesn't make too much sense with like the bad breath thing, or like someone being sad and looking off into the ocean and like reflecting, I guess. But these 2 cards give me weird vibes in terms of the imagery. If you've been invited out, or I just think it's going to leave you vulnerable. And I don't think you should go. What are the other cards that came out? Okay, something very positive is going to be released to you in the next 48 hours. Avoid this pattern. Avoid this thought pattern. And then it's got depression, grief, and loss. So it looks like, I don't know if these 2 things are connected, but I'm thinking if you feel like you've lost someone, or if you feel like you're depressed, if you can get out of that thought pattern and you can just start focusing on yourself, something really good is going to pop up for you. Anything else that we need to know? Oops, shivers. Ah! Okay, there is a picture of a dog who looks just like Lucky. Just like Lucky. Oh my gosh. I can't pick it up because of my nails. So maybe nails might have something to do with whatever is going on. But this looks just like lucky. I hesitate to read the words on the cards now because it says that they're referring to the images. Hope. Something to do with hope. Have an open heart. Be receptive. Have empathy. Be vulnerable. And it's something to do with a necklace. Like a necklace with a pendant on it. I've got a weird feeling around my eyes right now. Like a real weird feeling. Okay, this is my last shuffle of each part of the deck. Oh gosh. Something is happening on a holiday. Well, we are in the festive season right now. I am... it says paper planes, but I don't think I've got a card for an actual aeroplane. Like, I'm going on a plane. I'm going, to Perth. So, but also something about swimming and, floating. And a villa. Someone maybe going on a villa. Oh, wait, no, I do have one for... Okay, no, it's definitely about paper planes. I'm a teacher, so that makes a lot of sense. This relates to somebody whose name starts with D. And then also somebody who is an influencer online. And then something about red flowers and butterflies, and something may be happening or happened in November. And you are hoping that this person will change, but they won't. Because you need to have that awareness. You need to have that... same value of, that depth. You have to have the same values. You have to have the same levels of awareness. And you need to think that the same things are important. So you are hoping that they'll change, this person whose name starts with D, but they won't change. And I saw this video, and it was about how they were saying that you have a preference for your reality. And just because your preference does not align with someone else's preference on how they prefer to live does not mean that yours is any better than the other person's. It just means that you misaligned. So, and you can always live as an example for the other people to maybe live how you perceive a better life would be. But A, they don't have to. B, your preference is subjective. And C, you can't force somebody to live the way that you want them to live. Sometimes people would prefer to have lower levels of awareness. They would prefer to have the values that they have. The only thing that you can control in this life is, the people around you and your preference for the life that you live. And it's got this person who's free. She's free, and she's the sun is shining on her, and she's, I'm free, type jive. Something about December, and someone feels haunted by you, or you feel haunted by someone. And someone feels like it's too late. I've got the song in my head. It's just a little too late, a little too raw, and I can't wait. But you know all the right things to say. A song from your childhood. A song from your childhood. And someone feels like it's too late. I'm always running late. I'm not running late right now, so that's a good thing. Something to do with hair. And August. No, guys, I'm getting so many yellow flowers on there. There are so many yellow flowers. I think there's 4 cards so far that have yellow flowers on them. So I think there's yellow flowers are important. So maybe it is too little, too late, and very unimpressed. Say no to the next person who asks you out. Something is happening today. What they said is not what is actually happening. They are trying to trigger you. So someone, again, be real. These 2 cards give me weird vibes in terms of the imagery. If you've been invited out, or if you've been I just think it's going to leave you vulnerable, and I don't think you should go. Okay, we've got news. I just want you to keep an eye on what happens. Something is going to happen. It's going to make you understand why you should have said no, or like why you did say no. Jeez. What is that? Where is it? Something to do with someone replying to someone's story. Okay. This one. You got another one. Someone's spying. Someone's got their eye on you. Well, you already got the spying card. Moving. So there's movement, or you're moving. It says moving in with your partner, but I don't think there's any other cards in here about moving that don't have, oh, you're moving in with your partner. So you might be just moving. Cycles. Okay. There might be movement in cycles. Fate, karma. Something ending, something beginning. I really feel like nails are important here, because I keep not being able to pick stuff up with my nails. And usually I'm pretty good with nails. I think I want to get the trauma cards. They're not trauma cards. I don't know why I just called them that. They are like inner child healing cards. Why did I call them trauma cards? Let's see. Dude, that's so many, but I kind of feel like you need to hear all of them. So let me quickly read them off. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. All right. Look back on your childhood. This is a time for you to remember. Speak to yourself with kindness, but you need to also become aware about how you speak to others and yourself. You are at the beginning of a new journey. Today is the day. Accept what is, and that acceptance will bring peace, and then let love guide you. Choose to see the good in the world today. There is an air of celebration. Be true to who you are. Fear shouldn't stop you from shining. And then also, you don't have to do this alone. Reach out for support in this time. I think whatever's going to happen with this news, or like this invitation, I don't think you should go. I think you should stay home at all costs. I think you should reach out to someone that's trusted, but not someone who it's so hard, because I'm getting the feeling that you have someone in your life that you think that you trust, but I don't think that they are who they say they are. I think you need to really, really pay attention to who you reach out to. Like, I think you should be reaching out to someone, like, if you have access to this, like a mother or a therapist, or even just like, I don't even know. I'm not trying to make you paranoid, but I don't know. Just be safe. I don't think you should be drinking alcohol around anyone. And it's so hard because it's the festive season. I don't think you should be drinking alcohol around anyone. I think you should not, like, if someone invites you somewhere, I don't think you should say yes. I think you should just be a little cautious about who you've got in your life, and pay attention to what happens to, like, what news will happen in the next month about these people, or this person who's invited you out or sent this invitation, or is saying they wanted, because I get the feeling that they're going to try and say that it's for the greater good, or for you, or for healing, or something like that. I just don't know. I don't know about it. But pay attention. Pay attention. And I hope this helped. I hope you have a really good day. And like I said, go get yourself checked. If you aligned with the reading that I shared in the last couple of days, or the last couple of readings, please go and get yourself checked. I'm still debating on whether or not I want to release any parts of those videos, because like I said, I feel like the universe is tempting me, because it's like, oh, finally, like the cards are saying exactly what happened. And it's like, I want justice. Maybe this is karma, you know, because I'm not saying it. The cards are saying it. And maybe finally people will believe me. But the cards that came out, you would know exactly who these people are. And I have a feeling that I need to wait for someone to do the right thing, wait for someone to listen to that gut feeling that they've got. So bear with me on that. I'm in my healing era. Sometimes this stuff takes time, and sometimes you need to understand what your real motivations are. Like, am I wanting to have people's pineapple might be important here. I'm wanting people to see the truth because that, like, the public's opinion of me matters, because it shouldn't, and that means you're insecure. Or am I wanting the truth because, like, it will heal something in me? Why would I need the person who did the wrong thing to me to validate my lived experience? And I have a pattern of literally, even when I've been assaulted, still needing that validation from that person. Call it what it is, say the name, say what you did to me. And they can describe exactly what they did to me, but they refuse to say the name of what it was. And I think this is my sign to leave. And I still am seeking validation from the people that did the thing to me. So I need to figure out where I stand on it. Like, what is my motivation? Is it insecurity? Am I truly healed? The decision needs to come from a healed place, from sitting in stillness, right? Because I don't thrive in chaos. I thrive in stillness. And that's what we're learning to practice. So I've been doing a lot of journaling. Look at my, I can't show you my big book, but I've got a big book where I'm going to be like logging all of my readings and like premonitions and stuff, and then when they came true, and then seeing how it relates to like, if it's mirroring other lessons to me, if it's like I'm using different sticky notes and colors for different things, or where it came from, whether, like, what the root cause is it insecurity? Is it fear? Is it, not trusting my intuition or whatever? So anyway, mind me making my own decisions, but hopefully this reading helped you.